Welcome to Kyle's Football Transfer Portal video, January 13, 2026. This will probably be the last video for Transfer Portal video, as I will be focusing on Sunday night sports news, which is going to be not a new channel. It will be a more news surrounding both the NFL, college level, and some other sports like UFC and much more. I'm saving some of those NFL news that we are having today to Sunday, and I'll be breaking down those newses. So let's get to it. We start with the two Alabama Crimson Tide players who got transferred last night, Quay Royshaw, the edge rusher, and James Smith, the D-line. Both of them are going to Ohio State. This move probably is a great move for both of them because they're going to, in a system with Matt Patricia, who is the defensive coordinator there for Ohio State. They're going to get really talented at that defensive line. I love James Smith coming in from Bama to Ohio State. I think Quay Royshaw is going to bring that pass rushing ability for Matt Patricia's defense. And this Buckeyes team will be tested next season because they'll be playing Oregon, Indiana, Michigan, Texas. Those are four good teams, and they have to go beat them if they're going to get in the playoffs. So to me, I think adding the defense, this was huge. I'll give both of them A+. Bob Perbella, the quarterback from Missouri, has been transferred to Virginia. Now Perbella was transferred last year from Penn State to Missouri. He was a good player for Missouri until his ankle injury or leg injury caused him to miss 2 games, and he came back not the same guy as he was. Now he goes to Virginia, and again, they had the Chandler Morris, who had that 7th year eligible, but unfortunately was been denied. So they lose him, and they bring in Perbella coming in. Now, he is going to go to a new system. Of course, Tony Elliott, head coach plus play caller. He is a mobile quarterback. He has a good arm. The only concern is staying in the pocket too much, meaning too much with the ball in the hand. You have to make sure you're getting those throws good. You don't want to hold on to the ball and then, you got a 5-yard, 2-yard sack. This one is a mobile quarterback. I think this is a great fit. He does have the same mobility as Chandler Morris. I'll give this one a A. I think he will probably have the same style as Chandler Morris, but the only question will be how mobility, or will he stay in the pocket and make some big throws for Virginia? And I think this should work. I'll give that an A. Then, 2-time All Big Ten All-Team Star safety Cole Pritchard from Minnesota is heading to Oregon. This one is a big-time move. Yesterday, I talked about Dylan Raiola going from Nebraska to Oregon. Big-time move there. Now they brought their big-time move for defense, and that is Cole Pritchard, who has done tremendous with Minnesota. He's a 2-time All-Big Ten team player, and he is a ball hawk safety. He can read any quarterback's eye, and he will be making those great picks. He kind of feels like a Cooper DeJean, okay? A guy that he can look at that receiver or running back and make that physical tackle. Or when the quarterback makes this throws, he will look at that ball and go, okay, that's my pick, or I'm going to knock that ball out of the receiver's hands. This is a great fit. I like this move. I'll give this one an A+. I think Dan Lanning, his job will be bringing an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator, which we'll see. Again, they haven't announced who their new OC and DC is going to be. But once they do announce their new DC and OC, maybe this defense will be a little more different than it was last year. So I do think, again, whoever's the new defense coordinator is going to have a lot of hands for this one. But I think the player personnel, but the way he played for Minnesota's defense, I think he can bring that energy for that Oregon defense. I'll give them an A plus. DeAndre Moore Jr., the wide receiver for Texas, going to Colorado. Another a good big pickup for Deion Sanders in Colorado. Try to bring in some playmakers for hopefully for Isaiah Wilson, who is the transfer quarterback. Now they still have other still have quarterbacks there, but we'll see what this quarterback room is going to look like. Overall, for DeAndre Moore Jr., great opportunity. You're going to get a lot more of a number 2 or slot receiver kind of a guy. Give me a B plus. Steve Miller, the safety for USC, has committed to UConn. He will join Jason Candle, and UConn doesn't have a conference. He's going to have he'll probably be a starter at safety there. I'll give him a B plus. Smith Sodell, the corner for Utah, going to Michigan. He'll be joining Kyle Wilmington's defense. Great fit. I think he'll probably slide in as a number 3, number 2 corner for that defense. Give that one a B plus. Aaron Noland, quarterback for South Carolina, going to Memphis. He will probably be the backup for Memphis. Of course, he was the backup for South Carolina's Lenore Sellers. So I do believe he'll probably step up once he'll be the backup for Memphis. I'll give this one a B minus. Jalen Thompson, edge rusher for Michigan State, going to Arizona State. I think Arizona State right now, they are bringing in big-name pass rushers to come in. And I think Jalen Thompson, I know he's been probably a number 4, number 3 pass rusher. This time I think he's going to be a number 2 pass rusher there. I'll give this one a B plus. Paul Magola, the offensive line for LSU, is going to Nebraska. They're going to need some good protection at their new quarterback, which is Anthony Calandalo, who is from UNLV. I'll give this one a B plus. Dylan Jones, running back for Wisconsin, is going to LSU. So put him with Sam Levitt. Put him with, of course, Watkins Jr., who they got him from Ole Miss. And Lane Kiffin is the head coach. Charlie Weiss is the offense coordinator calling the plays. LSU looks like they're going to be a real contenders with those weapons. I'll give on this one a B plus because Caden Durham, who entered the transfer portal, decided to return to LSU. So he'll probably be a backup. I'll give this a B plus. Tyler Miller, offensive line for LSU, going to Mississippi State. Believe this one is a massive pickup for him for Mississippi State. They need to improve the offensive line. This should be a great one. I'll give it a B plus. Francis Brewer, D-line for Pittsburgh, going to Notre Dame. I'll give that one A. I think Notre Dame is going to upgrade that defensive line to come back to national title contenders, but also probably show the whole country that don't mess with the Fighting Irish. Miles Graham, the wide receiver for Ohio State, going to Notre Dame. Again, Notre Dame just got 2 Buckeye receivers who are number 6 and number 7 receivers. This time I believe he's going to be a number 4, number 3. Depends on where they want to do with wide receiver. Give him a B plus. Troy Everett, interior offensive line, going from Oklahoma to Ole Miss. I believe they want to address the center position, protect Trinity Chambliss if he returns for another year, or Deuce Knight, who is, of course, in for Ole Miss. So for me, I'll give this one an A plus, just to upgrade the center position. Gentry Williams, corner for Oklahoma, going to Georgia. I think he's going to be a corner number 2, and I think he's going to be special for Kirby Smart's defense. I'll give this one an A plus. TJ Metcalf, the safety for Michigan, going to Tennessee. Probably be a number 2, number 3 safety. Give that a B minus. Wendell Gregory, edge rusher from Oklahoma State, going to Kansas State. Probably going to be a number 2, number 3 edge rusher. Give that one a B minus. Jamal Anderson, the linebacker for Clemson, going to SMU. This one, I think he'll probably end up being a number 2 linebacker for SMU's defense. I do believe this SMU team is trying to get back to the team that made it to the ACC title game, but didn't have that expectations to go all the way through to the quarters. For this one, I'll give this one a B plus. That's it for college football transfer portal video, January 13, 2026. Just again, one more time, I know we had some NFL news surrounding Mike Tomlin and Kevin Patullo, but I'm going to save those news for Sunday night sports news, which will debut this weekend. So I'm excited to talk about those news, and hopefully you'll be there to watch it. If you're not seeing my other videos, go check them out on my channel. Of course, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for more sports news.